The people of Alderwick had always lived beside the old clock tower, and everyone knew about the 12 stone statues that surrounded it. They stood in a perfect circle at the tower's base. Their faces were carved with such fine detail that visitors often remarked they looked less like sculptures and more like people frozen in time. No one knew who had made them. According to an old talks, the clock tower used to work just fine until one day the ticking stopped. Clara stood at front of the clock tower. The whole town was busy in their annual festival. Her grandmother used to tell her that the watchers were guarding a secret hidden inside the tower. Most people laughed at the tale, but Clara noticed something others ignored. The stone eyes seemed to follow the sunset. The expressions on their faces were not peaceful or heroic. They looked surprised, as though something had interrupted their ordinary lives. She often wondered who made them and what caused the clock to stop. Inside, the air smelled of dust and rain, and yet somewhere in the darkness she heard a steady ticking. That made no sense. The clock had been broken for decades. Its hands forever stopped at 1 minute before midnight. She climbed the spiral staircase until she reached the bell chamber. 12 bells hung above her, silent and unmoving. But behind the largest bell, she found a narrow passage leading even higher. At the top waited a circular room filled with enormous gears that still turned with impossible precision. She heard noises coming out of nowhere.
Someone came.
Finally, it's time.
Clara demanded to know they were, and the answer chilled her. Those voices belonged to the statues. Clara was right. The statues were people. Ordinary people who had entered the tower believing the same stories she had. Each generation, someone remained behind to maintain the great mechanism hidden above the town. Before Clara could process what she had heard, a deep sound echoed through the chamber. One bell rang, then another. The chimes continued until they reached 12. The gears started moving faster. It felt like they would crash onto each other and fall. Clara felt the time moving faster. The days were becoming night, and night were becoming days right in front of her eyes. Acting on instinct, Clara grabbed the massive iron lever at the center and forced the mechanism to stop. The ticking stopped. The tower steadied. But when Clara turned to leave, the staircase behind her had become solid stone. The next morning, the people of Alderwick gathered in the square as they always did. They saw the statues surrounding the clock tower. "It can't be right," a boy said. "They look too real to be statues." His eyes specifically went in the direction of a girl with fearful expressions on her face and lantern on one hand and a book on another.